Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So a few weeks ago I did a video about how to pay for medical school, and that's pretty much through like student loans, finding scholarships if you can, joining the military, different options like that. And a few of the questions that I got after that video is, how do you save money and how do you budget for different expenses while you're in school? And so that made me bring about this video, which is, how do you save money while in college and while in medical school? So the first tip I have is use student discounts. There are so many student discounts available out there for you. Some examples are like Apple Music and Spotify. They both provide like a 50% discount if you register with your school's email address. Also different stores like Apple. When I bought my MacBook in college, I used my student discount and got about $100 off, which is a good amount off to get on a laptop. Also, different stores and different restaurants will offer student discounts, but sometimes you just have to ask. They're not just gonna have it like labeled somewhere on the door, so typically they can be like 10 to 15% off. And if you think about like one store that you always shop at, or maybe one restaurant that you always eat at, and every time you go you get 10 to 15% off, that'll really save you money in the long run. So just overall, using student discounts is a good way to save money. My next tip to save money while in school is regarding textbooks. You should rent, resell, or buy used textbooks, and this will save you hundreds while in school. I can say absolutely do not buy textbooks from your school bookstore because they are the most expensive books that you're gonna buy. So pretty much you should go to different websites. One website in particular, BooksRun, who I'm partnering with today to bring you this video, they offer a service and a platform where you can sell your old textbooks, where you can buy used textbooks for super cheap prices. And as a student, textbooks is just something you're gonna need throughout school. Whether you like the PDF version or you like the actual physical copy, BooksRun also does have electronic textbooks, so you can check that out as well. But I will say that going into my freshman year of college, I wasn't really aware about how to get textbooks. So at first I went to the bookstore. I looked at those prices and then I went online and I compared those prices to the bookstore prices, and it was like night and day. So definitely use other sources for your textbook. You can sell your textbook on BooksRun. They have free shipping, which is definitely a plus. Overall, their books are just cheaper than like a bookstore, maybe even some other platforms that you might use. So I'm gonna leave a link below to their website. You can definitely check them out like when you need to get your textbooks. For me, all in college, I rented all my textbook. When I got to medical school, I didn't buy textbooks. I pretty much used PDF versions, and if I did need to get a textbook, I would rent it because it would just be for a short amount of time. Like for example, during third year, we have different rotations that last anywhere from 6 weeks to 8 weeks. So you only need to buy textbooks and resources for a short amount of time, and that's where BooksRun can come into play. If you're taking a course for just one semester, if you need a book just to study maybe for the final exam, you went the entire semester, you didn't use a textbook, but now it's down to the wire and you need it for just a couple of weeks, BooksRun is a great platform to rent, to just even buy. Some people do like to buy. You can buy them for cheaper, or reselling textbooks that you bought in the past and just don't need anymore. So my next tip to save money is to get a roommate. I think this more so applies to medical school because in college you're typically in dorms, so they have you set up with roommates. When you're in medical school, you can live on your own, so you can find a 1-bedroom apartment, which are more expensive than getting the 2-bedroom or even a 3-bedroom and splitting those costs. For me, I got a roommate my first year starting medical school. I feel like, number one, I didn't want to live by myself. I feel like it's good to have a classmate as your roommate. They're going through the same thing as you. You can bounce ideas off of them. You can study together. They're going through the same process as you. And two, it saves a lot of money. You're splitting rent. You're splitting all your bills and utilities. I mean, if you want to do grocery shopping together, you can split that as well. So overall, getting a roommate will save you a lot of money. And my last tip to save money while in college and medical school is to cook your food at home. Eating out is pricey, and if you eat out a few times a week, add that up over how many times you eat out over the month, you're gonna spend a lot of money. So it's best to buy your own groceries, cook at home, maybe cook on the weekends, meal prep for the entire week. For me, for instance, when I was doing my step 1 studying, it was one particular week where I just ran out of food. It was like kind of towards the end of my studies, and like I ate out so much during that week. And after looking like at my statement about how much money I spent, like imagine if I do that throughout the whole year. Like that's just so much money going out of your pocket. You know, for example, a lot of people love Starbucks. Imagine going there 4 times a week and you spend maybe like $4 per drink. When you add that up over the month, that is a lot of money spent on coffee or whatever drink you're drinking there. You know, you can make your own coffee at home. So just cooking your own meals, you know, meal prepping, buying your own snacks, not eating on campus all the time because the cafe food is typically expensive, you know, not eating out at restaurants, and it's healthier, you know, to cook your own food. So cooking your own food, buying your groceries, not eating out, you know, maybe occasionally, that will save you so much money. So those are my tips for saving money and budgeting in college. You know, use student discounts, buy and sell your textbooks online, check out booksrun.com. You know, get a roommate if you can, and cook at home. You know, school is for a short window of time, so you know you're not having any income during that time, especially if you're in medical school. You're most likely not going to be working. In college, you can get a part-time job, so it's important to do what you can with the little money you have. And you know, after you're done with school, you're going to be getting the income, so it's just a short portion of time where you have to, you know, sacrifice and be on a budget. But you know, if you follow these steps, I feel like you will be able to save. If you guys have any other saving recommendations, make sure you leave it in the comment below. If you thought these tips were helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.